Hello and welcome you once again in this new session of English literature. And today's topic is The Sweet Nightingale. It's a story written by Hans Christian Andersen. It's a story about a nightingale, her melodious voice, an emperor who has a very beautiful palace as well as a very beautiful garden with an exotic flowers when unique flowers were there. There was an emperor who had a huge palace. It was one of the most beautiful palace of the world, and the people used to come over there to see his palace, as well as he has a very beautiful, a very huge garden which have an exotic flowers and unique flowers. Exotic flowers means and unique flowers. In the garden, he had some silver bells, and they rang so loudly that nobody should pass, no any passer passed without noticing the garden. And it was so big that gardener himself did not know where the end was. The garden was very big. The palace was very beautiful. In the garden, there were many exotic flowers, and the king built some silver bells there over there, and they rang so loudly that each and every trespassers used to notice his garden. In the wood nearby, the garden was end in a wood. Wood means a forest. A small forest was there near the river. There, in one tree, there lived a nightingale. There lived a nightingale who sang so beautifully, so splendidly, so splendidly. The song was that, her voice was that whoever passed from there, they stopped there. Even that poor fishermen, they know that they had to catch the fish, but they listen the song of that nightingale, and then they used to go to their work. Almost from all the countries of the world, travelers come to admire the emperor's palace. Tourists used to come from various countries. They admire the emperor's palace and his garden, but when they used to hear the voice of nightingale, they used to say that the nightingale voice is the best of all. That means they used to compare the palace, emperor's palace, garden, and the voice of nightingale. They used to say it among three, nightingale was the best of all. Then one day, emperor said that I have never heard about this nightingale. So, what he said that he command his men that go and catch that nightingale. I want to see that nightingale and I want to listen his voice. But where was the nightingale to be found? The courtiers had not heard of it either. The great inquiry about the wonderful nightingale, which all the world knew except the people of that palace. It's very strange that almost all over the world, people used to listen the voice of that nightingale, and the courtiers and the court palace, even the emperor, he doesn't know about the voice of that nightingale. So he ordered, go and catch that nightingale. He want to see that nightingale immediately. So who knows that? There was a poor girl whose mother used to cook in the kitchen of the emperor. She knows that where, in which tree nightingale used to sing song. It makes me feel as my mother kissed me. She said that I know where the nightingale lives, where, in which tree, and when she sings, it look like that she kissed me like my mother. The sweet song of the bird endeared it to everywhere. Everyone who came there, everyone used to feel satisfied when they used to hear the voice of nightingale. Soon the little girl led to the where what she has done? She has led the way out in the wood. Half of the people of the court went there, and it pointed at last to a little grey bird on the bough. Little grey bird. So at last they went with the girl in the wood. They found that little grey bird, nightingale. It can be possible, they said, how looks, but it may have lost its color, it seeing such grand people around. Nightingale, little nightingale, call the kitchen girl. Our gracious empire wishes you to sing before him. So she said, Nightingale, our emperor want to listen your song, so please come with me. My song best sound best in the greenwood, replies the nightingale. Still it comes willingly, I knew that emperor's wish. So nightingale said, my voice is much more be best in this greenwood only. Though the emperor has invited me, I will go over there. The palace was decorated. It was decorated festively with the golden lamps and the glorious flowers. And most admired thing was that there was a golden seat, which the golden seat on which nightingale sat. There was a golden seat in the middle of the hall, and the little kitchen girl was also allowed to sit over there. All the court was full dress and looked like a little grey bird, to which the emperor nodded. Then the nightingale sang a magnificent song. When she arrived over there, she was being seated in a golden seat along with that kitchen girl also. She was also allowed to sit over there, and then she sang a magnificent song in which emperors the tears came out from the emperor's eye, and all the courtiers were stunned by listening her voice, listening her song. One day, what he said now, he requested that nightingale to remain over there in his palace, and the emperor decided to have his own cage. So he ordered his courtiers to build a big golden cage for her where she will be residing now. 12 servants were appointed when the nightingale went out, each of whom had silken steering fastened in the bird's leg, and it was allowed only that twice a day and once in a night she will be allowed to go outside the cage, and 12 servants were appointed, and each and every servant hold an silver silk rayon thread which has been tied in on the legs of that bird. The whole city spoke of the wonderful bird now, but the bird did not seem happy because it has lost its freedom. Everyone was happy by listening the voice of that nightingale, but nightingale was now very much upset because she has lost her freedom. One day emperor received an parcel. It was marked the nightingale. He received one big parcel. He thought it the present for the bird, but when he opened it, he found a box. First he thought that this parcel has been the present, someone has sent the present to the nightingale, but when he opened it, he found a very big nightingale over there inside the bird. It was an artificial nightingale, and it was brilliantly ornamented with the diamond, rubies and sapphires. As soon as this artificial was wound up with the key, its tail moved and ups and down and shone a silver and a gold. It sang very well, and that too untiringly. The emperor said that living nightingale should uh, has to be shown this wonder. So one day what happened that the emperor received a parcel, and in that parcel he saw that there was an artificial nightingale, and he filled that key over there. So his tails begins to go ups and down, and he sang such a beautiful song and without any tiring. So he took that nightingale to the original nightingale to show that you sing a song but you got tired, but this artificial uh, nightingale always sings without tiring. But where was it? None had noticed that it had flown away out of the open window and back to the green wood. In the meantime, what had happened when everyone was busy with the artificial nightingale, that nightingale, original nightingale, he flew away from the open window to back to his own home, that green wood. What does it matter? We have the best bird after all, everyone said. Nobody missed the real nightingale for it and been replaced by an artificial bird who was made it sing again and again until everyone knew its tunes by heart. They linked to look as it at it because it was so lovely. The real nightingale was banished from the empire, and days passed, everyone now busy with that artificial nightingale, and after few days original nightingale was banished from the mind of the empire. And now 5 long years passed. One day the emperor fell ill, and it was said that he would not live much longer. The emperor could scarcely breathe. Death was near. Then there sounded from the window suddenly the most lovely song. It was little nightingale that sat outside the window. It had heard of the emperor's sad plight and had came to sing to him for his comfort and hope. And as it sang, the emperor felt better. Thanks, thanks, he said. So 5 long years has been passed, and suddenly one day emperor got sick, and it was announced that he will be died very soon. He will not be live any longer. When nightingale heard this, she flew away back to the window of that emperor. He began to sing by hoping that by listening her voice, listening her song, maybe emperor will get well soon. And it happens. The emperor felt better. So he said, thanks, my dear. How can I reward you? He said. I am feeling better and now I want to reward you. So he said, not so. Not so, Nightingale. Cannot build my nest in a palace, but I will come and sit in the evening by the window and sing a song for you. He said, no, I don't know anything. I can't build a nest in this palace, but I promise you that I will come each and every day in evening and I will sing a song for you. I will sing of those who are happy, those who suffer. I will sing of good and of evil that are hidden from you. I will come and sing to you. But one thing you must promise me. The emperor, who was already feeling better, agreed. One thing only I beg of you, said the nightingale. Tell no one that you have a little bird who tells you everything. And nightingale flew away. So the nightingale said, I need one promise from you. I will come each and every day In the evening, I will sing a song for you, but you have to make one promise that please don't tell anyone that you have a little bird who comes to you each and every day and he tells you everything. And after saying that, Nightingale flew away. A very good story. It has been adapted from Hans Christian Andersen's a story about a life of a bird and emperor. So hope all of you have understand this lesson. Watch this video very carefully and read this chapter very carefully. We will once again meet in our next session. Till then, have a nice day and have a good health.